All right, hello everybody, and welcome to today's lesson. I'm going to put this in present mode. So for our math topic this week, we are learning about place value. All right, and so place value is part of our number awareness lesson, our unit on knowing numbers and what they stand for. Okay, so last week we went over our hundreds chart. This week we're going to go over what place value means. All right, so what is place value? Well, place value tells us the value of a digit based on its location in a number, okay? And so I'm just going to go straight into what exactly that means. Here's a perfect example of what place value is, all right? So this number is read as 1,234,567, okay? So if you weren't able to see the words, you would read it that way, and how you know is because each value stands for something. Each number has a value, okay? So the 7 digit is in the ones place. The 6 is in the tens, so it tells me it's 60 or 6 tens. 5's in the hundreds, so it's 5 hundreds or 500. 4 is in the thousands place, so it's 4,000. 3 is in the 10,000s place, so that's 30,000. 2 is in the 100,000, so it's 200,000. And 1 is in the millions, so it's 1 million. So that's one way of identifying place value. A lot of you are also really familiar with base 10 blocks, right? And so base 10 blocks are also another great visual way of representing place value. It's a lot more hands-on. I know we cover this every day in our calendar meeting when we do our number of the day, all right? So if you have the cube block is thousands. Just the square, it's flat, stands for hundreds. This is a 10 rod, and these are 1 blocks. So we do visual representations of numbers, and it helps us to count it out and see it in a more more transparent way. All right, when you're dealing with place value, there's 2 different ways of writing it, right? There's standard form, which is just the written version of the number. It just has the numerical values, but it can also be represented with base 10 visuals, okay? So the standard form of this number is 233. How do I know? Well, there's 2 100 squares. There's 3 10 rods, so I'd count it 10, 20, 30. And then I have 3 1 blocks, so 1, 2, 3. So that's 233. Okay, so standard form is just numbers. Expanded form, you actually write it as an addition problem with each portion of the place value of the number, okay? So if I'm looking at the same one, 233, I would write it as 200 plus 30 to stand for the tens, plus 3 to stand for ones. And I should mention that the 200, of course, stands for the hundreds place. So when you write it in expanded form, you're breaking it down into addition problem with each place value section of the number. All right, so let's practice. So what number is represented here? Well, let's count and figure it out. These are 10 blocks, or 10 rods, and these are 1 blocks. We're using base 10s to figure out this number. So if I know each of these is 10, I can count by 10s. Let's do it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I'm going on to my 1 blocks. 51, 52, 53, and 54. So this number represented is 54. All right, now this one is asking you to tell the place value of the given digit. So which digit is in the tens place in 408? All right, well, I know that 8 is in the ones, 0 is in tens, and 4 is in the hundreds place, because we're talking about the values to the left of a decimal point, right? We're not into, when we talk about money, we'll get to more of the place value to the right of a decimal point. So if this is 10, as this is ones, tens, hundreds, I know that. What number's in the tens place? It's 0. 0 is the digit in the tens place. So there's no tens in this number. All right, they're asking us to write this number in standard form. So they're telling us the word version of it. So this number has 2 tens and 700s. Notice there's nothing in the ones place. So I would just go ahead and start with what I have. I want to start with the highest value, which is going to be hundreds. So I know it's going to be 700, two tens. I can count that out. That's 10, 20. So 720. There's nothing in the ones place. This is how you would write it. 7 in the hundreds place, 2 in the tens, nothing in the ones because they don't mention a ones place. All right, we're going to do another number in standard form. So I'm going to start with the highest value, which is hundreds. So there are 3 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and 4 in the ones place. So my number is going to be 314. And again, that's 3 in the hundreds, 1 in the tens, 4 in the ones place. Oh, all right, they're doing visual representation of base tens. So they're asking me, given this cube, what number is represented here? Well, you could take your time and count out every single block, or you could know that, oh, I know that 100 is the square, and if there are 10 squares, this must be a thousands cube. And so the value of this number represented here with visual base tens is 1,000, okay? Because I can count by hundreds to check. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, okay? So these are actually examples from your activity for today. So I hope this helps shed some clarity. Please let me know if you need any help with the activity today. You can email me or your parents can call me. All right, thank you guys so much, and I will see you during our Zoom meeting. Take care.